March 18th, Mike Tyson raised the verdict. Dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
What's up, people? What's up, fight fans? I haven't filmed for ages. I feel like I've not filmed for about a year. I've just been uber busy. If you're following me because of Box Talk and you wonder what's going on, I don't live in London no more. So me and Ryan just can't film, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm in Nigeria now. I work in South Africa, so it's just impossible. I'm in London sometimes, but we're talking like that. We're talking days. Sometimes a week, and it's just impossible to film, guys. I've got so much to do. So for all the Box Talk fans out there, like, been asking me numerous times on Twitter, on Instagram, on some of the Box Talk videos, what's going on with Box Talk. It's just not there right now, guys. And it's a shame, because I loved it. Ryan loved it, and it was fantastic. And I'm sure we're going to do some sort of specials again soon, because I miss it tremendously, and it was good to kind of, it's good to be missed, right? It's good to be missed. All right, let's just get to the subject matter of the video. Anthony Joshua. Look, Anthony Joshua's a superstar. He catapulted himself into sporting superstardom in the last sort of 2 or 3 years, I think. And what I mean by that is that there's boxing superstardom, and boxers might not want to admit this, but there is. And then there's sporting superstardom. Very rarely do boxers make the front and back pages. Very rarely do they kind of transcend and cross over into the big boys of the sporting world, the LeBron Jameses, the Rory McIlroys, the Roger Federers. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't really happen that much with boxing. It's very few and far between. I think Anthony Joshua has now put himself in that position, and I think he probably, Floyd Mayweather, semi-retired, he probably is the only boxer fighting today that I think does that. Pacquiao, yeah, I'll give Pacquiao that. Canelo, no. GGG, no. Everyone else you can think of. Andre Ward, no. I'm talking like sporting superstar. Alright, so he beat Wladimir Klitschko, fantastic fight, Wembley Stadium, 90,000. And with Anthony Joshua, when you've got a superstar like that, immediately after, we want to know what's next. That's it. We just want to know what's next, because he's that, he draws us in. We want to know what's going to go next. Where are you going to fight next? Who are you going to fight next? What's going to happen? I always thought that there would be a rematch between him and Wladimir Klitschko, just because of Wladimir Klitschko putting him down, and just because of Wladimir Klitschko, prior to the stoppage, being up on my card, and up on a few cards. I think people had it close, right? But nonetheless, it was a very, very close fight, a very, very good fight, very, very entertaining fight. And if Wladimir Klitschko wants a rematch, I think he deserves one. I think, why not? You kind of look around, and Deontay Wilder doesn't seem to be, I don't want to say deserving of it, because he's a WBC champ, but I'm gonna say it just doesn't. I just don't have the oomph for a Deontay Wilder Joshua fight right now. I wanted Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury I think needs to get into shape first. Maybe a couple of comeback fights. I think that's fair for him, even though he wants it now. Understandably, it's a big money fight. And then the others that no one really talks about. Yeah, Dylan White rematch, David Haye. Well, that's gone obviously because he lost to Tony Bellew. So Wladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua does make sense. And then obviously the usual names in terms of suspects of where the fight will take place kind of appeared. Wembley Stadium, possibly Germany, which I think is fair to Klitschko, and Las Vegas. Those were the 3 that came out. And then Lagos, where I am right now, literally where I am right now, came up. And people might say because of the title that I'm being biased. Yes, I am Nigerian. Yes, I am in Lagos. Yes, I work for an African TV channel. So look, it's a win-win-win for me. I probably go and get to see the fight. I probably report on the fight. I'm probably in the stadium talking about the fight. So look, for me it's fantastic. But I think that boxing needs to become a global sport again. It doesn't have the superstars that it once had to just be, I think, a sport dominated by, or a sport played out in America mainly and in the UK. A couple of big fights happened in Europe, Pacquiao, Horn in Australia, but predominantly 95% of the big fights, UK, US. 70% of that, US. And I think we need to kind of reach a bigger market now. We need to go global with it. Look, to this day, the biggest fight in probably the history of boxing, the one that everyone simply knows the name for, is Rumble in the Jungle. that happened in Zaire. That's the biggest fight probably in boxing. The second fight that everyone, again, look, it could be Muhammad Ali factor, I'll give you that. But the second biggest fight, again, Thriller in Manila. In terms of names, those are the fights that people actually remember the name for. And fantastic fights as well. Two massive fights outside of the United States, outside of the UK, outside of Europe. And I think we have a chance with Anthony Joshua. Look, he's not a Muhammad Ali. No way. He's not a Mike Tyson. He doesn't have that draw yet. But I think there's a chance to capitalize on something here. And I feel like, why not the Nigerian market? I don't know if people still assume that we're swinging from trees over here, but that's not the case. It's a thriving market, and the stadiums are here. We have massive concerts here, and I think that there's a chance to put Anthony Joshua like here. He's there. I think there's a chance for him just to go like this. Anthony Joshua fighting in Nigeria. Forget the fact he's Nigerian. Just Anthony Joshua alone fighting in Nigeria. A big boxing match happening over here is unbelievable. And not only that, but then you breed the next talent. You unearth the next talent. And we already know there's fantastic talent in Africa. You look at it in the last. Look at Zolani Tete, world champion. Look at Julian Indongo, that's going to fight Terence Crawford, world champion. There's talent over here. And you look at the talent that was unearthed because of the Rumble in the Jungle, the likes of Ike Quarte, Zuma Nelson. Talent is over here in Africa, and it just needs, I think, a push to get some real fantastic boxers. And I think an Anthony Joshua fight over here in Lagos, which we're talking about a stadium that can probably hold 100,000, 110,000, just makes sense for me. I'm kind of bored. Are you guys not bored of just the big fights in Vegas, where only 15,000 lucky people get to see them? It's just too standard and too common for me. I think it's about time we have a big fight away from the typical US or UK or even Germany, and do one over another country. Do one in Nigeria. Do one in Lagos. I just think it'll be massive for the sport. It'll be massive for Anthony Joshua. And it's a fight that, if it goes right, could go down in history. Like Rumble in the Jungle did. That seemed to catapult Muhammad Ali to another level. If he wasn't already big before, he became even a bigger monster. And I think there's a potential to make Anthony Joshua a superstar beyond recognition. And I think if anyone can do it in terms of a promoter, it's Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn seems to have that kind of fire like the Bob Arums are used to. Almost like a Dana White type thing that he does for UFC, where he just seems to want to do something that people say can't be done. And I think that's what he's going to try and do. And I really can see Anthony Joshua, Wladimir Klitschko happening in Lagos. Outdoor stadium, the weather's always bloody hot. As you can see, I'm sweating. It's fantastic. There's a thriving business here. There's multi-billionaires here that I'm sure will kind of finance and back the fight. And I just feel like, I'm going to use a Russell Westbrook term. Russell Westbrook, current NBA MVP. And his favorite phrase, and I'm going to end on this, is why not? Why not? Come on, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Kwesi Sports, Sky Sports, Matchroom, Anthony Joshua, Wladimir Klitschko, National Stadium, Lagos. Let's do it. Guys, what do you think? Tweet me at Tokes OLADIPO. It's underneath right there now. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be trying to chuck out loads of boxing videos regularly because I am excited to be back on the screen talking to you guys. I'm going to try and just talk about all the latest subjects, all the latest topics, because that's what I love doing. But come on, Anthony Joshua, Wladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, anybody. Anthony Joshua, anybody. Lagos. Let's make this sport global again. Or at least let's other people see what all the fuss is about. Let's see what the talent's about. Come on. Come on. But I think it's time to take boxing global. It really is. It's time to take boxing global. Manny Pacquiao got beat by Jeff Horn. Obviously, disgraceful decision. But regardless of that, he fought in Australia. It gave everyone in that stadium a chance. Everyone a chance to see the legend Manny Pacquiao. And that's my one thing about Floyd Mayweather. It would have been very nice for everyone to see Floyd Mayweather fight outside of Las Vegas, outside the usual. That's not going to happen now, but I think we need to do that. I think boxing's a global sport. Let's not forget, Mike Tyson fought, was it Japan? Buster Douglas? It does happen. It doesn't seem to happen as much anymore. I think it's time to start making it happen again. And I think this would be a fantastic start to that happening. Why can't it happen? Anyway, look, peace.